We'll start off tonight. We have from Southern head coach Jill Stevens, one of the student athletes, Allie Geary and Sydney Marshall. Coach Stevens, why don't you go ahead and lead us off with an opening comment after tonight's win?
I have to stop holding my breath for the last 15 minutes, it feels like. Wow, Gannon is one of the best defensive teams we've played all year. They just tag every ball. And I think in the fifth set, we finally got a clean swing where we could actually kill it with nobody touching it. And their left backs played unbelievable defense. They had 104 digs. I tell you what, we are just so pleased to be going to play for a national championship. We're really excited. Amazing things for our program. We're so proud of this team. They just don't quit. They don't quit, and they are so relentless. And even in that fourth set, I mean, we had a chance, tied it up in the fourth set, and we could have very easily been real defeated not winning that set. I know we were really frustrated, and then we got down early in set 5, and we just reminded them just to stay calm and do what we do. And they just have such trust in each other, and it's really just inspiring for us. So really happy.
Coach, last night you made a comment after the match about your heart being full.
Oh, yeah.
How are you feeling tonight?
Exploding. Yeah. I told him just a minute ago, it's been very emotional for me, just because I love this team so much, and I love how they fight and battle, and they're just, they said they want to do it for me, they want to do it for this program, they want to do it for each other, and it's just an incredible feeling to be a part of something like this. And there's many years, every coach in the country knows that we work really hard every year, and it's just, the only word I can describe it with is it's just really special. So yeah, full.
One more question before we open it up. A little bit about your student athletes here today, about the performances of Allie and Sydney. What do you say about that?
Oh, wow. Yeah, Allie just controlled the net. She had 9 blocks. I mean, probably one of her best efforts blocking. Just did such a great job defensively and such huge times. That they would just, every single ball, it was like ricocheting back and forth, and she just came up with big plays. And Sydney offensively and defensively blocked really well. And then what did you end up with? 17 kills, led our team. And what Sydney brings is just a fire and an intensity, and I think everybody loves watching her play. But what she brings for us is just something that's really hard to stop, and she has a lot of power. And just so happy she had a great night tonight.
Questions?
Let's talk about the first 2 sets. Sydney, we can start with you.
Okay.
Were there some jitters in that first set? I think it was an 8-point difference in that opening set. Were there some jitters when you guys came out?
Yes, that seems to be a thing for us right now with the first set. I definitely think it being like a lot of our first time experiencing all this, coming up with the first set was intimidating, but once we started getting into the flow of things, it started getting easier, and we got we were starting to click again like normal. So yeah.
And Allie, what was the difference in the second set? What was said at the break that you had to be focused?
I think just losing the first set is kind of like a wake up call for us. Kind of just puts fuel in the fire, and we have it's now or never. Let's go. I think that's been a common theme, but I think it's good for us to just flip it around that quick.
Allie, what does it mean to make history for the school to be in the national championship team, and especially with your coach being an alum and a former player and all of that goes with it? How special is it?
I mean, it's so special. I mean, to be here with my 16 best friends, to do it for Coach, to do it for this team, it's unbelievable.
And Jill, there was just so many moments in the second, third, fourth, the tiebreaker set where you were down and called timeout, got them back together, they rallied. What about that? That was what really stood out so much as you were down in these, and you came back and you made adjustments, and the players reacted and they got back in it.
It's impressive, huh?
So,
Yeah, it's doing a lot to my stomach, but yeah, I think like I said, I just can't speak enough about how they never stop believing, and it's a little stressful on a coach, but I'd rather that than the alternative, right? So, but they have such fight and determination to get it done, and I think sometimes they just need to be refocused. It's a long match, and we're the best of the best. So sometimes we get a little down on ourselves. We get frustrated that we're not perfect, and that's it's not going to be possible, especially like a team against Gannon. And so sometimes they just need to be recentered and focusing on the next contact, and not worrying about how it's going to happen, but just believing that we can accomplish it. And they've done a great job just taking each point by point.
And Cindy, what about, getting into a tiebreaker where it's, 15 points and this is it? You either go to the final or you don't. How different is that, and what's the emotion of that to try to, go through that as a player where it's a short set and this is going to determine it?
Well, we thrive under pressure. We all trust each other. We try not to get too jittery when it comes to things like that. We try to stay gritty and smooth. So when it comes to game point, we're struggling to get that last point. We kind of have to look at each other, take a deep breath, and just relax and know that this isn't any different than another point. So just one more point. And so that's what we tell each other.
Coach, can you kind of talk about that fourth set? You guys were down. It almost looked like it was going to be the exact same thing that was happening last night. And you got Whitney Dross behind that end line, and she just rattled off, I think it was 3 or 4 serves. And then when you guys went into that fifth, you guys started her in a rotation where she was your first server again. Can you just kind of talk about her role on the team? Because obviously she's one of those players who might not show up in the box score, but she was clearly critical for you tonight.
Yeah. And Whitney started out the season, was our right side for first half of the season, had a couple injuries, and to have that kind of depth on the bench. So getting her in the match, she's definitely our most lethal servers. And she came up huge tonight. Just went and got a couple aces, got them out of system, and got us back in that set. And then losing that set, I think, was just a huge letdown for us. But we just refocused, recentered, and we wanted her back there as much as we could. So we started her off. She did a great job. And then had to set as a libero in there, and she just not a role that she's been playing a lot, but she did a great job, and just so proud of her, and just how she's really just put team first, and that's not always the easiest thing to do, but this team, it's again a really unselfish team, and they're just ready to play. So.
And ladies, can you talk a little bit about, obviously, you have 2 tremendous outside hitters on your team, and they. Gannon did a great job neutralizing them throughout the match, but you out-aced them and you out-blocked them. And Cindy, that was just an incredible match by you, especially 4th and 5th set, just taking over and leading your team in kills and hitting percentage. Can you guys talk about, did that rattle you at any point during the match? Did you feel like, wow, we might be in some trouble here if we can't get these guys going? Or was that kind of your chance to step up and be what your team needed you to be?
I'm sure it rattled us a little bit because we do rely on Cole and Anna. They are our main offensive system. But I think, Sid did a great job of evening it out, taking that role and just getting some big kills for us. So I think that's what really got the win for us today.
Yeah, I think at any moment someone's ready to step up. We do rely on them a lot, but like Coach was saying, we have so much depth that it doesn't shake us too much. We're ready for plan B.
Coach, for you, I just found out you were a freshman on the last team that made it to this far.
Yeah.
Is it any less nerve-wracking now as the coach? Just talk a little bit about the feelings of both times.
Yeah, it was a really long time ago, so I don't really have a lot of recollection. I was just a baby freshman, so I was just I remember I was awestruck and just so excited to be there. And, at the time, Florida Southern had been there 2 previous years, so it was old hat. We were used to doing this, so it was kind of what we were expecting. So in that regard, I was just kind of following some awesome leadership, leaders and all of our seniors. This year, it's just very unexpected, and I think that's what's been really fun about it is it's so hard to get out of our region. It is really difficult. Obviously, it's I mean, we've made it to the regional final the last 2 years and lost in that match. And so to get here and be able to host and then get here has just been an unbelievable experience. And then, I mean, Pensacola and West Florida have just done an awesome job. The NCAA committee, you walk in and you just the moment you pull your bus into the hotel and you see national champion, everything is all signaged and logoed up, and it just, you feel like you are at an awesome championship, and that's what it's all about. I mean, for these young ladies to have this experience, for me to have this experience again is incredible. I've been on the national committee, and I know how hard they work, and it's definitely so much appreciated and a really, really fun time for us. So.
How do you get them to sleep tonight? And no matter who you play tomorrow, how do you get them to be focused for tomorrow?
Oh, I don't think they'll have a hard time sleeping. I think they'll fall right. They're going to be pretty ready to sleep. But I think for us, it's just going out and watching this match. I'm sure it's going to be a really fun one to watch, and we'll spend a lot of time game planning, trying to figure out how to stop either of these two teams. They're two great teams. So.
Coach, one thing you mentioned to me was that your team thrives on being uncomfortable. How uncomfortable were you in this 5-set match versus Ghana?
Yeah, we were really uncomfortable, mostly because we just could not kill a ball. I mean, especially that first set, what we have, I think we had